Hey there you, welcome back to Fackland's Fish. Time for another review. I'm actually a day late and $1 short here. It's Monday morning, I am on leave, so I had a nice day yesterday watching stuff on the computer. I'll get into it on the other side. See you soon. I've just finished unpacking these two boxes. It's Friday afternoon, and given that it's Friday afternoon and 3 o'clock-ish, I've poured myself a knockoff drink. I'll quickly show you what's going on with regard to the new fish. I've got fish floating in various tanks. What we've received today is a magnificent shipment of Tanganyikan fish. I've got some bits and pieces up top here to work with. I must give a big shout out and thank you to my friend Mark over in Adelaide, just an affiliated breeder that I've known for some time now, and we've worked a little bit together with species, and he's done me a massive solid with getting me back some things that I've lost earlier in the year, or things that are supplementing my current colonies with the sort of numbers that'll make them fire. I've just done some massive work in this tank today, water change wise, so up the top there are the fish that are going to go into this tank, but I've never seen my Gold Harbour Monkey Bay look like this. He's really feeling good about the water change, so hopefully he might do some business for me in the next few hours once I let these other critters out. I did take a few spare fish out of this tank, so I don't know whether maybe he was a bit unhappy with their presence, but he's certainly bloody happy now. And another tank here that's got new fish to be released shortly that I've just water changed. I won't film any more now on these. I will get back on Sunday Arvo when the fish are fully settled in, and I'll tell you a bit more about them. Okie dokie, last Monday I finally got to the Frontosa tank, and I'm glad I did. We moved a couple of fish out of this tank that were possibly causing a bit of disharmony, and got the bonus of stripping a couple of the young fronties here, and we got this little batch of fry I'll show you in the tub and some B-roll. So 2 mouthfuls there, which looks to be 40 plus I guess, which is not bad. And unfortunately I think the one that I spoke about a couple of weeks ago must have finally spat her babies out just maybe a day or so prior, because there's a couple of little babies that I rescued when I cleaned the tank up, which is those couple of big ones you would have seen there. But fish look a fair bit happier. I've got a subdominant male Frontosa that's a tiny bit tatty. Obviously I've got a fairly boisterous young fella there, but at least we've finally produced some fry, so thanks very much Alison for helping me out with those. We did some work up here with this tank. The major breeding result was I managed to pull my first mouthful for some time of the Labeotropheus Chillumba Reds, which are fairly spectacular looking male there, as you can see, and nice to have 20 odd of those growing. If I remember, I'll show you the tumbler around on the other side. Have let out Chillumba Reds into this tank. I probably should have brought a little bit of food with me to show, but that's not what I really wanted to speak about today. In here, this tank's now looking a whole lot nicer for me. We've now got the group of Paracyprichromis nigripinus that I got over from Adelaide to add to some that I did have. So we're now looking at about 28 to 30 fish in this group in total, which is something that I've wanted for a long time. They're a spectacular little fish and are going to do so much better in a larger group. So this is, I think, going to be one of my favourite tanks to sit in front of now for the future. You might see somewhere, I don't know whether I'll find them. Oh yeah. No, that's not it. I've got some little alto compressiceps chiticas, which are a yellow. When they get bigger compressiceps, these guys are still pretty small, but I think that I've dropped 3 or 4 in here. They also come over from Mark in Adelaide, and somewhere in here is a pair of longfin L144 lemon blue-eye plecos, which is something I didn't know Mark had, so I'm hoping that they'll keep the worst off the muck off the rocks for me, and if we get lucky we might breed a few of those too. More new fish that came from Mark are the Ophthalmotilapia ventralis chatutas, which are probably the most readily available ventralis in Australia. They're the predominantly blue fish, but these look real nice and clean and they're at a good size. So once again I say thanks Mark. They're settled in and they're doing real nice. I doubt I'll be able to find the fish in question here, but I did get a male Pleurospilus in from Mark somewhere here, which is to be added to a couple of fish that I do have. I'm hoping I've got a couple of females already, and that one male pleuro might get us over the edge, but I'm not sure that I'm finding it there, so we'll give that a miss. This is probably the sexiest tank of the lot. New fish once again. We've now got 20 Leptosoma mukpulungu. You can see a nice little coloured male there. Once again, great to get some numbers. I've had several cracks at the various Leptosomas over the years, but it's always been with minimal numbers of fish, and it's just hard work when you're dealing with small numbers. So let's hope that out of 20 fish I get some females. And this is one of the sexiest fish I've had for a long time. These are little Enantiopus calices on the bottom there. Got I think 12 or 13 of those now to play with, which cute little sand sifter. They'll get a bit bigger than this. We've spoken about the Melanogenes in some of the other update videos, so they will they'll need to grow a little bit, but they're doing well. They're liking my tank, and this is just a nice tank to look at now. It's the Gold Harbour Monkey Bay is the Malawi species I'm running. We've got some Sumbu shell compressiceps in here. Orange spot bristlenose of all things is one of the unusual bristlenose that I keep. I can't get them to breed, but that's at least I've still got some to play with. And yeah, the Leptosomas and the Calices to bring up the numbers with the Tanganyikans. So that's a fun tank going well. More new fish from Adelaide. We got something I got back. I've had these fish for many years and unfortunately lost them earlier in the year with my problem, but we've now got, I think there's 20 little DeWinti in here, Lonocranus DeWinti. I think I've got an old video on working with these as breeders down in the Tanganyika section of my farm YouTube page, so if you want to see how they look when they're a bit bigger, you can have a look at that. But once again, settled in well, and just a matter of getting some size on them now, so that in a few months' time we can maybe be growing some on. Just have a quick look around the back here. Egg tumblers running. We've got some marble peacocks and whatnot to let out. That's not good news. My Chillumba Red tumbler has fallen in, so that's probably a fail. The frustrating thing working with egg tumblers, they just always seem to let you down on something that's important. I just haven't had those trewasse for that time, and you come out to a disappointment, so that's annoying. And the last little thing I want to show, this is my good mate Max in Melbourne. I've just going to put a little bit of food in here to get these guys buzzing around. What we have in here are the little Tanganyikan killifish that I hatched out from eggs that were sent to me by Max. So they're going tremendously well. I'm so far so good. I'm pretty excited to have these. I've let them out with a batch of small red Reuben peacocks because I suspect that being a killifish and a short-lived fish, that these killies are going to grow pretty quickly and should outpace the peacocks. And the plan is to see how many I can get through the killies, and I'll probably put some of these around the back with those blue neons. And depending on numbers, because I could have as many as 50 here, I'm hoping, I might try and generate chewy colonies. And I really want to put some effort into these killies. They're super rare in the country, and you know, the fact that they affiliate with Lake Tanganyika, of which I'm probably my favourite genre of fish, I just want to keep them going as long as I can. And I've got an idea in mind for a sort of a long project video that will demonstrate my thoughts on maybe working with these for good numbers and sustainable long-term maintenance of this species in my room. Alrighty, I think that's enough waffle for today. I've got plenty of jobs I want to get to on this week off. Got a lot to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.